I have spent $54,943 entering poker tournaments during this New Year's series. As a result, I've lost $13,018. However, in this video, we are playing the main event Sunday. We're playing a $1,000 buy-in main event, a $5,000 buy-in main event, many other tournaments around it on main event Sunday. And in order to break even, we need a profit of $13K. It's all on the line. It's the main event. Roll the tape. New Year's series, New Year series, New Year's series, New Year series, New Year series, right? New Year series, New Year's apostrophe. So here we go. This is your main event right here, baby. In the main event, I called in the big blind versus 3x open. The flop went check, check. The turns the queen, and they pot. Call. Check. It's going to go check, check, huh? Yeah. Ace, queen. Yeah, yeah. Wow. You're joking. When they bet pot, they had a good hand. Are we just not folding to 3-bets anymore? King 7 suited in the cutoff. It's kind of small though, and we're kind of deep, right? What if I make a really good hand? Turn card, please. May I? Oh my goodness, I was going to say 5 of clubs. 7, 8 of clubs. Very interesting, isn't it? Maybe I'll take a river. Maybe I'll have a bluff. We can fold out some ace queen, I think. We can fold out some ace king, of course. We have outs to improve, but I think we should still try and fold out some ace high as we go. And that is kind of the river we're after. What do we anticipate our opponent having? Pocket 10s? That works for me. Obviously, they can have some nut flushes, but I think they probably barrel. And it's a small part of their range. I'm so cold. I think we'll just go like this, because they're going to make some flushes. They're going to have some sets. We want them to have to call if they have a hand like Queen Jack. And I think the sizing means that they have to call the Queen Jack type hands. If they jam, what do? Cry my eyes out? Yeah, I think I would cry my eyes out if they jam. But I'd love to get paid. Floating the King 7. Oh, they called with Ace Queen high, no club. Ooh. Ooh. A non-believer. I have a set in the $1,000 New Year's series main event. My expectations are through the roof. My anticipation is measurable. Call. He says call. All right, let's get some barrels going on, eh? Great turn to barrel. King queens and queen nines and king nines and ace fours and ace deuces and some diamonds maybe, you know? It's a very, I've just picked up equity turn for some folks. I don't think boom value bets are 10 now. Like ace 10, king 10, slow down. I think it's going to be over pairs. Obviously like jack X of diamonds, but then very easy spot to have bluffs. I don't think I play many raises with inflation still to act because it's so fucking hard for me to bluff. Like when I raise here, I want to raise what? If we consider that raising a jack would be too thin for value, I'm raising sets for value. Everything else seems a bit thin. So I think we just call with the player still to act. And don't just play this weird like pocket 5s, pocket 3s. An overcall here is usually a hand that's going to be able to improve versus overpairs versus sets. So it's a lot of flush draws. Obviously king queen gets there is a little bit sad. And honestly, if boom goes 3 streets, because I don't know if they value bet like aces and kings at the river. I don't think so. I think it'd be too thin. I think they do value bet jack 10 and pocket 3s. But I imagine we just call rather than raise. And now I imagine we just bet like this. What's important to know about like a multi-way spot, the defending frequency is split between both players. So if we jam, they can just fold very high up in their range. So I don't think we get to overbet here. A spot where we don't have king queen and player in the big blind occasionally does and boom doesn't really, but I think we just go 60%. I think we are limited to this sizing. And just hope that boom has the bluff catch right. Unfortunately, they do not. But I don't think we get to like jam. I think they're just going to fold too much. And although it's hard for boom to have better when they check, they could fold an awful lot if we shove into 2 players. Up to 147k again in the main event though. That's nice. And in the 1k main event, we just squeezed and Sage T called pre-flop and calls again. And I guess we're just making this like a third or a bit more. And hope that they don't have the pocket 8s, the pocket 6s, or indeed the pocket jacks. But a 3 is quite a nice card. I think we're all in. Big part of the 1k main. And they flopped upset, which is very sad. That call was far too quick to be anything worse. Not ideal in the 1k main. Kind of a nice river, right? Because if they bluff like 8-6 or 8-7 on the flop and make a pair, we obviously improving it again now. We just showdown. And lose to a king in the 1k main, which is very sad. Hit show with jacks on the button. What a day, man. Jacks on the button is good. We will rebuy the 1k main. Yeah. We will be calling an all-in first hand if it gets folded to me because they got 3 blinds. Wow, it's huge.
That's what she said.
And in the 1K main, an ace king of diamonds, Raisy Daisy. Not a great flop. I think this is a board where our opponent should be leading a reasonable amount. It's like probably one of the most high frequency lead boards, like probably 30-something% lead. I'd imagine that they might not employ a leading strategy at all, which would mean that they still have some strong hands that might otherwise be stripped out. Obviously, we like the turn. We're going to value bet the turn with our hand. And we are going to value bet our hand at the river. Nice. 186k it is. And my opponent has ace-9. Our kicker plays. And here we go. $5,200 main event. We're going to bet call against Seeds in the 5k, since we got top pair and straight draw, and he's got 8 bigs. 2 pairs for Seeds in the 5k. Very nice hand, actually. Very nice hand, my friend. Makes sense. Reasonable chance we're just sending it in the... Oh, we were going to triple barrel, but they've jammed the turn, so we'll fold. And we've got 12 blinds in the 1k main as well. After our ace-jack fell to the ace-5. We are going to call a min-raise from button or fold to jams. And defend against Nerd Guy. Very accomplished player. Might well be doing some all-in the 5k. Versus late position. I imagine there's some ripping here versus button. Versus small blind, we would call an all-in if they jam with ace-3 suited for $5,200. And as played, what do we do? Maybe check suited, ace-3. Sure. We want some ace-x in here, and I don't think we're like wanting to induce against the limp jam too often, because they might limp jam like ace-4, ace-5. Some pairs that have us crushed. I mean, obviously we have a bunch of 7s checking, but we do have a very, very wide range still when we call. Like as wide as anything with a spade, anything with a heart, anything with a club. And I do mean anything doesn't fall to the 1 big blind peel. So we have a very wide range here. We don't really have any pairs pre-flop, but we do have some queens, we do have some 7s. I think my hand is a clear call again on the turn. And then we do want to fold something at the river. So the folds are going to come from, I guess, king high if we have it. Maybe they come from some ace high. Probably. We're going to rip 13 bigs with the 4s in the 5k is what we're going to do. And if we bust here, it will go down in history as the worst $5,200 I have ever spent in my life. But we're not going to bust here. We're going to pair. And everyone's going to fold and we're going to chip up. Other than pass, who's going to call with ace-10. But it's a flip, which we immediately lose. Nice. It is indeed the worst $5,200 I ever spent in my life. I think I played 5 pots and went 0 for 5, which is nice. What a day. But that's poker for you, you know? Sometimes it just goes like that. Sometimes you're all excited for a big main event Sunday and you just don't win anything. This is Billy. You're familiar with Billy if you watch the live stream. He's the cat that comes to visit the house. But unfortunately, every time you don't subscribe to the channel, we remove a small piece of kibble from Billy's bowl, and he's been going to bed with an awful rumbly belly recently. So to ensure that Billy is well fed and well looked after, please consider subscribing today. Thank you. I guess we'll be all in the 1k main from the big blind here with 7 bigs. I mean, depending on who opens, honestly. Blindy blind, yes. I don't want to jam versus button with ace-5-0, honestly. I think it's pretty bad to do that. Pretty punty. Obviously, blind versus blind, we're fist pumping. And if button just rips, we're pretty happy too. If this guy makes it 2.6 blinds, I think I defend and see a flop. Even for 2.6 when I have an ace, but I think jamming is pretty punty. And I think all in now is pretty good. We got too much equity here when we flop a wheel. And we are deathed. Do I want to re-enter the 1k main for 20 big blinds? Probably. Sure. I would love to. Let's spend another $1,000. God, I'm excited. This will actually be the best thing that's happened to me today. Which I didn't think we'd say today because, you know, we had a lot of great tournaments. But this is actually going to be the best thing that's happened to me today. The peak of comedy humor is about to happen right here. Congratulations to whoever hits the sub button on 69,420, by the way. Today just couldn't get any worse, could it? We've even been deprived of that. I can't speak. It's just not even a small joy. You couldn't write it, could you? You couldn't write it. I've waited weeks for that. I've waited weeks for 69,420. Did you see my excitement as it ticked? I went straight to 69,421. I just can't even. And now people are going to unsub to try and measure it out. I appreciate it. It's just, the moment's gone. They took from us everything today, troops. You know that? They took absolutely everything from us today. It's unspeakable. It's unspeakable what's happened. We have won a pot in the 1K main though. A little blind v blind battle. A little blind v blind battle. We won in the main. We won in the main against C's with the ace-9. Had the pocket 8s. And we're still fighting in the main. Do I have a straight? Surely. I would say no, actually. I've double-checked the maths, and we're actually not making a straight here. We want to put 15 blinds in versus Mr. Darwinius. Yeah. We're all in the 1K main. Please, Cornelius. Show mercy. A lot of people hitting the late reg on this one. It's up to 72 runners. I think we'll call here. And a flop for Sir, if I may, in the 1K. Will we have a bet on the flop? Will we have a little tickle? I think Playboy going to check a lot of ace-x out position, but I still think we just get to bet small. We're flatting off 20, so we don't have that wide of a range. We got a lot of ace-x, and you know, all of our ace-x kind of want to just bluff and deny three ways, protect. It's a nice pickup for us here. Fighting on in the 1K. It was guaranteed for 1.25 million. It's at 1.538 million. Late reg is closed. 1,500 runners. And we have a hand that's going to raise call against anyone to our left if they go all in. We'd be very happy to rumble, wouldn't we? No rumbling? Distinct lack of rumbling here is upsetting. Let's get in the 109 hyper here because it's guaranteed for 100 players. It's got 51 players in it. We are in the 109 hyper. In the hyper. Oh my god, I'm going to win the hyper. Man, I would love to win the hyper. I am the chip leader. Look at this, 1 of 28 in the hyper. Wouldn't it be great to just bang this off? I think I want to call here when they just rip 27 blinds effective and we have ace queen. In the 1K main event. One of our last big hopes. I think they still 3-bet call some ace king. I think we should be doing very well against this. We're just dead. What are we doing? Chopping aside for like 70,000, losing to 10s. Rough one. Could have been worse. I think the chips to win the tournament are worth too much here, even though the bubble's coming up. I think we just go with the 7s. Obviously, I'm not going to bust either way, but... Chip lead flip. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes. Chip lead flip. Oh, it's not. We're 2 of 15. Who on earth? Someone's got 51,400. We got 51,200. And then third place has got 22k. We're all in. Get bubbled if you want. Call it, you get bubbled. Those are the rules. They've decided to call 3-5. They have been bubbled. We will be all in against the Blef God. Let's go, Blef God. $1,000 main event. Queen 4 suited. They wouldn't, would they? Let's see what the flop brings. Ah, right. We've been eliminated from the 1K main event for the 3rd time by Queen 4 when I had ace king. And then there was a king on the flop, but there were also as many as 2 queens, which is at least 1 too many. What a session, my friends. There is your New Year's Series main event dead. I can genuinely say this is the worst session I've played in the last 2 years. I don't think it's close either. Maybe longer. Maybe like since COVID. This has been the worst session in like 2 or 3 years for sure. Deary me. What do we got here? Final table? Ah, the chip leader to my left. What a delight. This is the hyper final table. Let's get some hype in the chat, guys. Should we even put the payouts up? Yeah, absolutely we should. We're on a final table. Let's see. $2,215 for the win. I will call 4 big blinds. 5,000 in antes too. Wow. It is a little tilt that we have the chip leader to our left, given that everyone else has like 2 blinds. But we're down to 7. What do we got locked up here? $518.84. I'm pretty sure the correct strat here is to just jam very, 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 very wide. Oh wait, Crandy Point has more chips than me now, so it's probably not as ideal, but fairly certain in this ICM spot, everybody should just not be calling. And there's so much to steal. Ooh, diamonds for the double KO. We're down to 5. $797 locked up. Four players remain. We're all in with 8s. This is to go to 3 players remaining to lock up 1.2k. That looks good. Chords, wow. Team Pro run good, everyone. Let's go! Man, that was to be chip leader heads up. But Ace 4 beats Ace Jack, and now we're not. Oh dear. Diamond on the river card, everybody. Diamonds are forever. Oh, that was sad, but we're beyond caring, luckily. My turn. My turn for a diamond. My turn. Yes, yes, yes. Justice. Good luck, Vinky. Good luck, good luck. But not really, my friend. Let's hold. Uh-oh. Nice. We are heads up with a chip lead. We're going to win a tournament today. Wow, I'm so lucky. We're going to get 2.2k back or what? We got 1.5 back. Hey, we're going to finish on a win. Crandy Point wants to deal. No can do, Captain. I'd rather lose. Oh, baby. Ba, 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 ba. Checking down the King High. Feeling good about it. Feeling okay about it. No. A 3 and a 9? The whole time? Where is my pair? Where is a good hand? Where is something playable? That is not a good hand. The blinds went up. He's got 5 high, sports fans. Look at him go. Stunzy says these pairs seem kind of low for the buy-in. Well, it depends on how many players play. This is a very, very small tournament compared to what's being played today on PokerStars. There were 87 players. We can't have money in the prize pool. In fact, it overlaid, so we do have money in the prize pool that the players didn't put in. But wow. Second place for 1,562. GG's. What a terrible day, really. What an absolutely very disappointing day, but you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it? Whoa, second place in a hyper. That's got to be very good. Well, it is good. We'll take it. But on this main event Sunday, we spent $14,507 on buy-ins, and we cashed for $3,277 for a disastrous net loss of $11,230, which means that we're down the best part of 25 grand for the series. If you've been following this channel, you'll know that last year, Scoop, Inside Scoop, W Coop, Inside W Coop, we had good, profitable series. This is the first time we've really had a series where it's been a complete, I'm going to use the word disaster. So 25k down to start 2024. We've got a journey ahead of us. You can follow it all right here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.